Let us embark on a journey through the hidden layers of the female psyche. We will trace the emotional patterns, behavioral archetypes, and subconscious masks that dwell within adult bodies yet reveal immature emotional dynamics. Some women appear strong yet constantly seek approval. Others collapse silently in the face of life's hardships, only to rebuild themselves with blame, anger, or victimhood. These women exhaust not only those around them but also themselves. This is not a mere personal flaw. It is the result of a collective historical burden. Carl Gustav Jung's theory of archetypes provides a powerful compass for this inner journey. According to Jung, we all harbor universal representations in our unconscious. For women, the most striking among these are the archetypes of the girl, the princess, the woman, and the sorceress. These are not merely personal tendencies, but reflections of the roles society has long imposed on women and how these roles have shaped their inner development. Let's begin with a fundamental question. Why do some women remain emotionally immature? Because growing up is painful. It demands solitude, responsibility, confrontation, and surrender. Many women cling to the armor of fragility they've been taught since childhood. From an early age, they are taught to be emotionally sensitive, gentle, and in need of protection. Tragically, this glorified vulnerability prevents them from confronting their inner darkness. The girl archetype represents this dependent emotional state. She relies on others to meet her needs, unwilling to step into adult responsibilities. When faced with difficulty, she withdraws. Tears become weapons, silence a form of manipulation, and neediness a survival tactic. At the core lies the fear of adult accountability. Society enables this. Emotional expression and fragility are praised. A woman's anger is dismissed. Her passive-aggressive behaviors are excused because she's just emotional. But there is a crucial difference between being emotional and emotionally mature. Maturity is not about suppressing emotions, but understanding and taking responsibility for them. The princess archetype occupies a more elaborate stage. She doesn't just want protection, she feels entitled to affection, praise, success, and happiness. Yet this entitlement comes with minimal effort. When her expectations go unmet, she blames others. The world is unfair, people are selfish, love is always lacking. This, too, is a form of avoidance. Rather than growing up, the princess drowns in disillusionment. Then comes the most complex archetype, the sorceress. No longer a child, yet not quite a woman, she has developed pseudo-powers, seduction, manipulation, emotional chaos. Her methods involve control, stirring emotions, and making herself indispensable. But beneath it all, she is still escaping her own inner pain. Each of these archetypes symbolizes a developmental stage at which the psyche has stalled. And this is not merely a personal issue. It is deeply rooted in history and culture. For centuries, women were sheltered, controlled, suppressed. Though external freedoms have expanded, education, careers, expression, many still operate with outdated inner programming. The inner voice still whispers, "Someone must protect me." This leads to contradictions. Women seek freedom, but fear the solitude that comes with it. They want independence, but dread the weight of their own decisions. Until this inner paradox is resolved, childlike psyches will continue to inhabit adult bodies, and society isn't ready for the truly mature woman. When faced with real independence, she is often labeled cold, difficult, or unfeminine. A woman who waits for no rescuer challenges the system. She doesn't yield to authority or fall prey to emotional blackmail. She defies the scripts. But is this immaturity truly a choice? Or is it a survival strategy passed down through generations? Psychology makes an important distinction here. When behavior is rooted in fear, it is not a choice. It is a defense. Avoiding maturity is often the result of deep-rooted fears of being unprotected, unloved, abandoned. These fears resonate not only in the individual, but in the collective unconscious. Jung's concept of the collective unconscious is crucial. A modern woman does not carry only her own trauma. She also inherits the pain of her mother, grandmother, and countless women before them. A woman's reluctance to grow up is not just her decision. It's the final link in a long ancestral chain. But the chain can be broken. The first step is self-awareness. To recognize the masks, to ask, which role am I playing? What does it give me? And what does it cost me? Because growing up means facing yourself, giving up the blame game, and taking emotional ownership. It means waking from the fairy tale, letting the princess lay down her crown, the sorceress abandon her tricks, the girl wipe away her tears and walk on. Then, and only then, does a woman become not an archetype, but a real individual. She makes her own choices, confronts her fears, falls, and rises. The path is not easy, but it is true. At MindSnap, we continue to walk this path with you. We aim to illuminate the darkest, yet most transformative corners of the female psyche. Now look in the mirror and ask yourself, whose voice am I still living out, and which voice do I wish to hear instead? The fairy tale is over. The truth begins now.